Hey wonderful people, welcome back to a new video. My name is Evelyn Barta, and those of you that are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Those of you that have been already here, welcome back. So in today's video, what we're gonna do is we are going to discuss the equinox. That is basically the autumnal equinox, and it's on the 22nd and 23rd of September 2022. So we will discuss what are the energies surrounding this equinox, what are equinoxes in general. And I wanted to say that I'm not going to do a card reading at the end of this video, but I did a card reading and I posted it on my other channel, Esoterica with Evelyn. And then you will find the link to that reading down below in the description box. So it's a collective tarot reading, and I am discussing in detail what is happening collectively at the time of the equinox, what can maybe we expect both individually and then on a collective level as well. And then also those of you that already subscribed to my channel, which I started I think last week or the week before, I don't even know. I started it before Mercury retrograde. So thank you so much everybody who already subscribed. And then those of you that would be interested in tarot readings and then also guidance, then please subscribe to my other channel as well. And then I'm also doing personal readings now from the 1st of September. So if you're interested, please email me, or you can find a link also to that down below. So fall equinox, autumnal equinox, September. So there's a lot that is already happening this month, and I think things started to escalate with the death of Queen Elizabeth II, which of course in a sense is a distraction, because certain things can be implemented when the masses are very busy with a particular narrative. So things can be running in the background. I talked about that in my previous video. But then also is a great opportunity for a mass awakening, because this is a trigger for the masses starting to ask questions. She's a well-known person. Everyone has heard about her, right? Everyone who is alive today has heard about her. And then also her reign was super long. And then we also know the things that are surrounding this particular family, things that have been in the spotlight for a while, but then those things were swept under the rug. And now all those things are coming up. So it's a great opportunity for people to examine the past and start asking questions. And there's a lot of glamorizing, of course, of this particular family. And then monarchies in general, royalties, and then the Western media portraying monarchies as something positive, that they are bringing positive things into the lives of the masses. But as I said in my previous video, it only takes surface knowledge, the knowledge that and the information that we are gathering from the mainstream media, to understand that that is not the case. It's actually not a glamorous world. These people, if we are looking at things, are very toxic. And now there's a lot of information coming up from the Commonwealth countries as well. So there's an examination based only on the surface knowledge of the past, and there's an examination of this whole establishment. This is an ancient, we can say, establishment, a few thousand-year-old establishment. And with the announcement of this particular event now, the very core of this establishment is being shaken up. There are cracks that are starting to appear. And there is, as I said, a re-evaluation of this whole thing. And we are in a retrograde season. We have 6 planets that are retrograde at the moment. We have Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Pluto, and the Mercury that are retrograde at the moment. So there's a retrospection, and everything that might have happened 30, 40 years ago now is coming back for review in regards to this new king as well. And he is reaping what he has sown maybe 30 or 40 years ago. Now it's coming back. So there are consequences of his actions. And this is just one example. And we are entering Libra season now. So everything is about justice. Everything is about balancing out areas. And things that were going in an extreme direction, now they are coming back. So this is what Libra is about, finding the balance. And then the economy and then the financial sector is being shaken up as well. Now we are seeing consequences of that. So things that have been set in motion a long time ago, now they start to escalate. because they are consequences of past actions. And regardless of those things being orchestrated and manufactured, now the wave is hitting us. And with this equinox, there's an amplification of that energy, because equinoxes are about night and day being equal. So darkness and light being equal. Equinoxes are times of the year when we have this equilibrium in between darkness and the light. So we are being affected by the light just as much as we are being affected by the darkness. So the positive and negative polarity are both affecting us equally. So everything that is going on in the economy at the moment, and then with the energy crisis as well, it has a negative and a positive polarity as well. And then it's all happening for the balancing out of the energies. So autumnal equinox marks the astronomical beginning of the fall season, of the autumn season. And then on the southern hemisphere is the beginning of the spring season. So on the northern hemisphere, the days are getting shorter, the nights are getting longer. So the darkness is getting more and more dominant. And then on the southern hemisphere is the opposite of that. So in this period, the sun is moving to Libra. And Libra being the sign of the cosmic scales, it is bringing this quest for inner equilibrium, for inner peace, and then a quest to look inward. So autumnal equinox is about looking inward, is exploring and discovering the inner world, and sometimes to a degree that we even forget about what is going on around us. So we forget what is going on in the external world, and the focus is being shifted internally. So it's a sacred time, and it was considered a sacred time by the ancient traditions as well, because they understood that the earth is going through major shifts. Humanity is evolving together with the cosmos, and it is evolving together with the sun as well. And our planet, Mother Earth, is being affected and is being elevated by these cosmic energies that are hitting the planet at the time of solstices and equinoxes. It is a major turning point for the planet as well, and for us as well. And if you are paying attention to your inner world now, you will notice that you are being totally aligned with these energies. You are totally aligned with these cycles, because equinoxes are marking, and then solstices as well are marking the ends and the beginnings of certain cycles. And now we are being aligned with those cycles. I mean, we have been always aligned, and that is why there's a quest for this inner world. And there's a lot of mental and emotional energy as well, which is shifting at the moment, and this energy of learning. So that's why we have this urge to start creating, to start discovering what we are internally, what we can bring into creation. Also, there's an alchemical process that is going on internally. So asking yourself about what you want to crystallize within you right now, because those things will come into manifestation. So at the time of the equinox, we also have Jupiter that is retrograde in Aries, and it's opposing the sun. And because of the strong energy of Aries, we might feel this stamina. So that can bring this energy as well, and increased receptivity for new opportunities. So to just go for things. However, if we are being too focused on the materials and material possessions and accumulating those things, it can bring some tension as well. So because of the ongoing inflation and then the energy crisis, accumulating possessions might feel like safety. However, we have to examine what is real safety. And instead of focusing on the external possessions and resources, we need to shift our focus to our inner resources, inner resourcefulness, and then abundance as well. Otherwise, the outer resources can be like fool's gold that is coming easily, but then is going easily as well. So do not see fool's gold as something that is bringing you safety. So equinox is about meditating on our life lessons and lessons that we have been through since March this year, and the knowledge that we accumulated. And now there's a turning point, and the energy begins shifting in a new direction. So we will feel like there's a change in the air, there's evolution, there's growing in a new direction now. And there's a shifting and the growth, not only for us, but then also for Mother Earth, both on the northern hemisphere and then southern hemisphere. So nature is starting to shed, is starting to release on the northern hemisphere. And on the southern hemisphere, nature is starting to fully blossom now. So some things need to be released in our lives as well, and some have to come into full blossoming at the moment. And we have to recognize, and now intuitively, by aligning with the cycles of the earth, the cycles of the nature, we are learning intuitively when we have to release certain things and when certain areas of our lives have to fully blossom. So when we have to expand and when we have to contract, recognizing when is the right moment, when is the right time for that, and then also aligning with the heart together with the cosmos to recognize when is the right time to fully blossom and when is the right time to release. So also at the times of equinoxes, the veil between the physical and the spiritual world is thinning, and the energy grid comes into a higher dimension and harmony. And that is helping us together with the Libra season to find balance and flow between giving and receiving. So it's about understanding what is an equal exchange of energies. And then Libra is also about the self within the other. So the I, the who that we become in the many different relationships in our lives, who we are in relation to other people. Do we like who we are when we are around certain people, when we are in certain groups? Are relationships bringing out the best of us? Are relationships in our lives encouraging growth and are helping us grow, or they are triggering our traumas and they are triggering our past and subconscious conditioning? And because Mercury is retrograde as well at this time, there are lots of illusions. So we have to examine where we are spiritually bypassing, where we are justifying our relationships and the toxicity in our relationships. Because certain relationships are only triggering our traumas, and those relationships are not good for us. But then Neptune is bringing these energies of illusion and being in denial as well about what are those relationships in reality, and denial about what is to accept other people, because accepting other people doesn't mean that you have to be around them as well. Examine which relationships are really helping you grow, because to a certain degree all of them are helping us grow by shedding light on our shadows, but not all of them are healing. So if a person is triggering your traumas, is triggering your past, are they capable of healing as well? And it's not about triggering, because to a certain degree everyone is triggering, but does that person, that group, have the capacity to also heal you after they triggered you, or they are just simply toxic? So these kind of things we have to examine. So Libra is about relationships as well, and then working on our relationships and healing our relationships and not being in denial, not having fantasies and overlays in our mind about our relationships. What is reality, and what is that you want reality to look like? What is that you are telling yourself about reality? Is it really real, what you are telling yourself? What relationships you are allowing into your life? Because those relationships are reflecting perfectly also your relationship with the establishment. If you are not allowing BS into your life, then guaranteed you will not allow the establishment either to get away with their BS. So these 6 planets in retrograde and then also equinox and Libra are calling for a reflection, for a recharging, a reconsideration about how we are spending our energy. What is an equal give and take? What is an equal exchange of energies? And putting those things, those pros and cons on a scale. So the playing field is level for all of us, is equal for everyone. Masculine and feminine is balanced. This is the perfect opportunity to bring balance inward as well, in your internal world as well. And then also tapping into the wisdom of the earth and the light of the sun. And by aligning with that wisdom of the cosmos and of the earth, is bringing possibilities for transcending limitations and embodying a higher sense of the truth. So it's also about aligning with the cycles of death and life and rebirth. And the ancient cultures understood that this is the perfect time for them to align with that, to align with those cycles. And equinoxes are always ascension triggers for humanity as well, for the collective and for the planet, because the illusions are also being transcended. And there's a stepping into the authentic truth of the individual, which is connecting you to your true power, to your light, and is bringing you, giving you the possibility to create new blessings, to plant new seeds as well. So these new levels of light are hitting the planet and are imbuing you as well. And this intensity of these new levels of light can feel very intense and can create also some symptoms as well, maybe physical symptoms as well that are unpleasant. But what is happening is that it's not the intensity of light what is causing these symptoms, is the resistance to this light and the holding onto the old energies and resistance of letting go of the old energies. And that is creating the imbalance in the system that is showing up as ascension symptom. But that is temporary until your body and your whole nervous system starts adapting to these new levels. So it takes some time. So this equinox is about bringing yourself inward, and it's about a return to the darkness. So it might feel like things are getting darker and darker, and we have to honor that darkness, and we have to honor those shadows as well, and the void. There's a powerful transformation that is happening when being in that place of darkness and when processing those shadows. Because if those shadows are being processed properly, then an integration happens. And then the fragmented self will start working together. So different fragmented parts of ourselves will start working and cooperating. And that is bringing alignment, is bringing harmony. But for that, we need to listen to each and every part of ourselves, each and every fragment of ourselves, and to validate each and every part. So there's a connection that has to happen with every single fragmented part of ourselves. Okay, so because the ancient cultures and ancient people understood this very well, there are many traditions that have been carried over to the modern world, to the modern cultures, as our inheritance of our ancestors. So that is why there are many celebrations all around the world in this harvest season in September, and then a celebration of the equinox as well. So we have the bonfire night, for example, in the UK, and then Poland has St. Andrew's Day, and then in the US there's a visiting of pumpkin patches. So there are certain traditions and celebrations that are marking this turning point. And in Mexico, for example, there's a Day of the Dead, so Dia de los Muertos. So these are inheritances and traditions and rituals that our ancestors have left for us. And there's a lot of energy that is being activated and amplified when we are participating in rituals like this and traditions like this. And they understood that these are actually alchemical processes, and equinoxes are the times of these alchemical processes that are happening in our internal world. So it's crystallizing within you what you want to be, what you want to become. And this powerful energy and rituals, of course, always can be used for negative purposes as well, and crystallizing what we want in our societal structures and societal systems as well, what we want to achieve. So it's a powerful month, and it has been powerful so far, and it will get also very intense, I feel like, towards the end of September, beginning of October. And there are some questions and concerns in the collective, in the minds of many people about the Vatican now, because apparently the Pope was asking all the resources from different institutions to be brought back to the Vatican Bank, from what I understood. And then many people are asking questions. Why is that? Is that indicating that there will be a problem with the banking system? So maybe this is something that I will check at some point with a card reading, but all I can say is that always have enough cash. So do not rely on the banking system. And I have been saying that for for a long time now. And yeah, just make sure that you always have cash, because you never know what is going to happen. There can be a false flag anytime. So I'm not gonna get into card reading now. As I said, you can find the reading on my other channel. And then those of you that want to support my work and my channel, you can do it on Patreon. So check out what I'm posting there. And if you like it, you're more than welcome to join. Also, if you're using Telegram, please join my Telegram group. And I'm sharing updates there as well, things that I'm coming across. And yeah, just subscribe to my other channel as well, Esoterica with Evelyn. So thank you so much for everyone's support. Otherwise as well, thank you for your donations. I'm very grateful for everyone's generosity and kindness. It means a lot to me. So take care, everybody, and I cannot wait to see you next time.